Good afternoon and welcome back to Carnation Crafts. I'm Dawn Wheeler and I'm going to be with you this hour. Sadly, Carla isn't with us, but she will be back soon. So she sends lots of love to all of you as well. So do not worry, she will be back on your screen soon. It's me and Tasmin today taking you through this final live hour of such an amazing launch that we've had with the Wild Haven collection. If you've not seen it yet, it's an incredible collection that's going to give you creativity. It's also going to expand your range of cards and styles that you make with them, and also home decor projects. You've got the most beautiful birdhouse on there, which is so ornate and incredible. Then you've got all the extra benefits of having the flowers in there, the birds, the accents that are just going to build your cards. But if you've got things from previous collections, again, this is going to feed in the energy. It's going to feed in something new to your collection and just build your portfolio of styles that are just going to go further and further. It's an amazing collection, as you can see on screen, 240705. And like I say, this is a beautiful collection available for £114.99. But this is your official last live hour that we are running for you today, for you to get yours. But with this collection, we haven't just got that. We have also got for you the Nuts About You collection that works so well with this collection too. You're getting that large cartouche frame in there. You're getting the two little squirrels. One's like foraging, one's burying his nuts as well. And then you can see in there you've got the present, the baskets and extra pieces. But again, large set of dies, a lot of metal for your money as always from Carnation Crafts, giving you the mats and layers to give you that stance and make your cards or tags even larger than normal. $29.99 if you're wanting to get that one. 240711 again on carnationcrafts.co.uk. Use the QR code at the bottom as well, and that will also take you directly there. Now, if you're wanting a full suite of products and you're wanting to have everything matching, like a personal shopper's done it all for you, we also have for you the perfect papers as well. And we've got all of those with those beautiful colour arrays that are going to mix and match together and give you that lovely colourway that works so well on there as well. So you can see you're getting 48 sheets, all A4, 300 GSM is a card weight, but you can see how delicate the dots are. You've got a fine stripe in there too. And then you've got the solids in there as well. So again, it gives you that beautiful look on all your projects to mix and match. 240712 on that one, and they're $14.99. So let's get into it. With this being the final hour, we want to get as much as we can in. Just if you sat there and thought, shall I, shan't I? But just to let you know as well, if you spend over £25, we've actually got a special die worth $4.99 that you will receive as well in your order as a thank you, as a little keepsake for you to have with your Carnation Crafts purchase if you spend over £25 this month. So with that one, it's one per order, but if you make 2 or 3 orders this month, who knows? What's the matter? Miss Tasmin is.
I went over on Facebook.
Yes.
Just have a little nosy.
Have you had can you see it?
Let me see if I can show you. No, I can't.
We're going to see if we can see it, but
I can see it if they head over to
Facebook and have a look. You will see what your free die worth $14.99 is. What is it? Can you tell me?
$4.99.
$4.99. Sorry.
All I'm going to say is I'll show you after the show. It's so cute.
Rude.
I would recommend that everybody go check Facebook now
check
or
Facebook
after the show
before you place your orders,
and they can see the free die that they're going to get, and it is...
Do I need it? Is it a need?
Oh, Wheeler, it's a need.
It's a need. There you go. It's a need. So Miss Tasmin can see it. I can't. I'm very jealous, but that is there too. And just to let you know as well, all the vignettes for this collection are free to download as well. It's super cute. It is super cute. You are going to need it. I'm just saying. So again, it will be great for, you know, little people in your life and for baby cards and things like that. So again, a great one as it's a freebie. So do have a look. Now let's get into the boards. Let's share this with you. Now straight away with the boundaries and beds, you can see here you've got the embellishment. Love these grasses. These are so useful. You've got the mound of earth, but again this will sit in your little barra if you want to put that in there. You've got the extra bits to enhance, you know, the detail on there and give it a grounding. You've got the leather, the ladder in there as well, and you've got the trellis too. But just to show you, this piece is not just for this. I use this on here. Can you see how it softens the edge, gives it more like an overgrown look? So again, if you're wanting a different style, you've got that country cottage look just by taking this that I've put at the bottom. I've also put it on the side, so use that with those too. You're getting the buckets or the pails in there too. Little bits can be snipped away. You've got snippability with all of this, and again the flexibility to change these as you wish. You've then got this one, which is fabulous. This has got the, you know, the lantern on there. It's got the 2 water fountains, the 2 different styles. The birdhouse even is so amazing. And then you have got the sundial, but you could make that a little, by taking that off, it could be a bird bath. You've got the plinths in there as well, the little columns, but these could be separately. You can make them obviously shorter if you want to. You can cut this bit off and use that just as a planter by turning it round. And with this one, you have got that glow, so when you put the lamp in front of this, it looks like it's got the glow from behind. And yesterday we saw a finished example where they'd use the tiny lights that we have here at Carnation Crafts on the website and use those. That looked magical. All the finished samples are available on Facebook, on social media, if you want to go and have a look, and you can get your inspiration from there. Now, this is the rustic home. This is your birdhouse. You've got that fabulous detail on there. You've also got the circles, so if you're wanting to cut areas out, you can. If you want to leave it plain, you can leave it plain. You've also got the doors as well. So you've got your little step on there, or like your ladders if you're wanting to add more to it. Or these also can be little bits that you put on the side that the little birds sit on as well. So again, mix and match it. Make this work for you. Make it do what you want it to do. And if you wanted to and you were really crafty and you wanted to have like a birdhouse family, what you could do is you could cut it down and have a smaller one and then have the larger one at the side of it, but you could have a small one either side and then the big one in the middle and have it like a little row of houses. So that would look really, really sweet too. You've got all of those elements in there, but the versatility of this just keeps giving. And if you've watched all the shows, you'll know my inspiration and my ideas just keep flowing, because every time I look at it, I see different things I can do with it, and I know you'll be the same at home. Now with this, the flowers, these are to die for. These are so beautiful. You've got the bunch or the bouquet style there. You've got the individuals. You've even got extra grasses. You've got the filler ones in there, and then you've got the large-headed ones too, which will work so well as well with your clean and simple collections that I bring you. You can mix and match all those in. These are going to look absolutely fabulous. But like that one cut, one pass, swift and fast. You've got all of those in there too. So again, it gives you that ideal situation to be able to use the versatility of it to make them. But also, just to share with you too, the little birds that you are getting with the collection. You're getting these fabulous birds with the nest, all looking in different directions. But when you download the artwork, if you don't colour, if you haven't got time to colour, this gives you that perfect, because these are all hand drawn, they're all hand coloured by Nick and the team up at Carnation Crafts. So you know you're getting bespoke, you're getting special with this one. You've got those beautiful flowers in there too, which are going to make it easy as extra little fillers. Even if it's just on the basket or on the edge, you can use those as well. That is your Wild Haven collection. Everything I've just shown you, you will get in there. 240705. But then if you are wanting to get the extra one that also complements it and works together, the nuts about you, then this is the one for you. Now, just to let you know, yes, you can download your free vignettes, your free pre-coloured images, but we've also got an additional offer as well, haven't we, Tasmin, on the artwork?
Yes, so if they go for the main collection, Wild
Yes.
Haven, they get the original colourway.
Yes.
And 4 extra colourways for £5.
Wow.
And I noticed on the website with the Nuts About You, with the same configuration, it's £4.
£4. And you can, so download this for free and you'll get the colours. But then if you pay another £4, you'll get 4 different colourways. So you could have like a little purple parcel and things like that, different colours. So again, it is worth checking those out on the download section before you check out your baskets, because you don't want to miss out, especially at £4. Yes, Miss Tyson.
And they won't remain at that price, may I
Will
just
they
add.
not?
I believe it goes up with the same time that the collection's price goes up Friday at midnight.
Oh, so again, you've got to be quick sticks with this one. Don't miss out on this. But that is part of your collection. Like I say, you've got those fabulous squirrels, and you've seen me use those in the demonstrations. They really do hit the spot. Now, next up for you, we've got this one, which to me is a classic, elegant style of frame. Even when you download the vignettes, you're going to get all this beautiful, it's like a soft... putty colour, shall I say. You've got that soft regal look to this one. You've got the cartouche frames, you've got all the elements here. If you've got clean and simple, you've got all your stamp sentiments, they would fit in there too. But with this one, I'm thinking menu, I'm thinking save the date, I'm thinking card blank, I'm thinking bands around bottles, glasses, things like that. These you can make into beautiful napkin rings as well. So again, you have got that beautiful versatility, as always, to master this one. Yes, Miss Tasman.
And with the smaller one,
yes,
you could have that as like a little name placement for weddings.
So you could.
A nice little stationery element already.
You could, or you could have the table number in there. Because we've got the numbers as well in your die sets from Carnation Crafts. I've seen those before. You could do gold little numbers that go in there, and then you could stick 2 of those back to back with a stick in between, and it could go in the centerpiece, the flowers, with the table number on. So, oh yes, this is a bit bougie. We do like this one. $29.99, 240711 for that one. And again, it's going to give you all those fabulous different styles on there. Yes, Miss Tasman.
So we've got some people saying hello.
Hi.
We've got Karen who's saying hello again.
Hi
Suzanne
again.
saying good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We've also got Linda who's saying good afternoon. She says, I've seen it.
I've seen it. I want it. I need it.
The freebie die that you'll be getting.
Oh, has she? Good.
She's seen it.
She's seen it. So it's up to you. But honestly, for $4.99 as a freebie, in with your parcel, if you're already purchasing something over £25, why would you not? It's, you know, you can always give it as a gift to a friend who's a crafter as well. So again, it's nice to have the extras. Just to show you a few more samples, like I say, these are different to the ones that we had yesterday, but you know, like I always say to you, leave it so it's got a little bit of play and movement, because if there's a window open, you do get that movement on your cards, and people will really notice these. But look how fabulous these are. You've got such a lovely detail to all of these. You can make larger cards, you can make smaller cards with this. You can use the other collection, Nuts About You. Look at this, because if I show you on the back, can you see it's 3 panels? That's what it is, joined together. So you'd have one on the front, one on the back, and then they put a hinge in between. Who's done this one? Janine has done this one, and you can see they're all, it's like welded together to make it stronger. But look at that as a beautiful card that you could have and make and sell. You can make and sell as many of these as you like. Nick and the team, even though the artwork is hand drawn, it's hand coloured, they don't mind you making and selling. As long as you're making and selling it, they're more than happy for you to use it. So you can see, I'm not being funny, you've got 3 cards as inspiration there. Look at the versatility of that. Even if you just had that as one card, that as your second card, that as your third card, you have got them all there for you. Now, adding in other elements in there, I was saying to you, you get the little ladders in there, but on this one, we used it like as a trellis, tucked in behind the card. These are the sentiments as well. If you actually buy the collection, you can go to the download center, and there is the free sentiments for you to get with the Nuts About You collection, so you can do those. But look how well it works with the first one too. But you've got so many different styles. Look at this, the free sentiment downloadable with the little, look at that for a beautiful little card. Sometimes it's not about the big cards, it's about the little cards too. And don't forget, you are getting that fantastic birdhouse in there. That's one that's been used to make a card out the shape, but if you want to then mat it and layer it, look how different these then look. This will look fabulous in a hallway, in a spare bedroom, something like that. But remember, 240705. This is your last live hour seeing the fantastic Wild Haven collection here on Carnation Crafts TV. But like I say, hop over to carnationcrafts.co.uk or scan the QR code. That will take you straight there. But do you know what? There's no better way to see this kit than to make something. So let's make something for you right now. So taking out all my little bits again. I did have an incident before we went to air, but if one of my later demos, if there's bits missing, they could be anywhere. I dropped it and it went everywhere, so we tried to rescue it. So you you, one of my later ones, you might just have to bear with. There might be some spare bits missing. Now, again, you get all your mats and layers, which I love with Carnation Crafts. Now, this one, I've left it so you can see exactly what to do. So cut 2, I've used 350 GSM. This is available on the website. And what I tend to do is put a score line in the top. Yes, use a scoreboard if, you know, rather than the way I'm doing it, but I'm wanting to show you this is how I do it. So you can see there, I'm putting in my score line. I've got that detail there, but then this is going to layer on the top. I've got a card blank. I'm not looking for a card to work with this. Everything is in it. That's why it's versatile. Now, adding a little bit of my glue available on the website. Do make sure you stock up on your glues. That could be the one that just takes you over the £25 threshold, and you'll get your free £4.99 die as well. So do look at that.
It's a good one.
It is a good one, so do have a look at those. I'm using the Perfect Papers. This is the one with the little tiny dots on there as well, which is absolutely lovely. 240712 if you're wanting the Perfect Papers. You get 48 sheets of those, and they are glorious. You can see with those, perfect, you know, colour coordination as always, because there's nothing worse if you are making your cards and then you look at it and you're like, yeah, that shade's just not right. This is why these were born into the little family of Carnation Crafts, to make sure that they then give you that perfect colour. Now, I've also got here as well my birdhouse, so we're going to put this over the top. Can you see how it gives it backdrop? If you want to put foam pads behind it, by all means do. I would highly recommend that you get the narrow foam on a roll from the Clean and Simple collections, because that would probably be the width of that. And then you will find, I'm sure that'd be the right width, because it's quite narrow, so it would work really well with that one. If you want to higher it up, I'll be honest, I personally find with these ones, I like it flatter on all my layers, but then when I'm adding in the embellishment bits, that's where the dimension then starts to come. But each card you do from different collections will all be different. So some you might add more foam pads, some you might not. It's up to you. So just adding a little bit of wet glue, because again, wiggle room, wiggle time is important. This gives you that chance then just to slide this into place. So that's all there ready. Now, again, I've taken the main barrel that is in the kit, but what I've done is cut it down, because again, me being me, I wanted to make it so I'd got two like the same size. So what I did is just, you can see, took one bit, and what I've done is I cut firstly one way, then the other way. That gives me two sizes. I've got a smaller one and a larger one, so they're going to sit like that. So snippability, and honestly, endless possibilities with this one. I've got my little doors. Now, I'll be honest, a lot of these I have stuck flat. I haven't put anything behind it, but that's just how I was designing as I went. But you could put your little photographs behind these. You could put little family members. You could also, it could have your sentiment behind there. So, you know, you have the best time with this kit, and can't wait to see what you'll put on the group, what you've made with it as well, because that for me is the exciting bit, when we get to see what you make. Now, I have got the water faucet, or the water little pump here. We're going to use this one, so I want to use a little bit of that, so I'm going to turn that around. This is going to sit on this side. I've got like the buckets, the pails, we've got a little bit of everything, so we'll start putting this all together. Let's get the pieces right. Now, again, I'm going to take this, I'm just going to carefully I curve it around my finger. Yes, you can take your mat, you can use your ball tools, you can use these, available again on the website. But sometimes for me, I just like to just curve it a little bit with my finger, wrap it around my finger and just squeeze it a little bit. If you like perfection, then use the right tools for the right job. And that's ideal. Put those away. Now, you're going to use a bit of pinflow on this, because I do want a little bit of height on this on the top. You'll notice on this one, I've actually cut the bottom away, because I actually use this as a planter on one of my other cards. So I cut that bit away. Why is my glue not coming out? Bear with. Open the top wheeler. That's the top tip. And then you can see this net. Oh, hang on. There we go. It's coming out now. So use that. But the top bit, I want it a bit more curved, because that's going to be seen. So with it being seen, I want to make sure that it is a little bit more shapely. Same with the water little feature that I've got here. I might actually do it that way, because I want a little bit coming off the edge of the card. Change direction. Like I say, never commit to the stick. Always lay these out. I tend to do a little bit positioning first and have a little go to see what looks right in my mind's eye. Do you know what I mean? And what I think looks right. Because, you know, it's not I know we probably look like we know exactly what we're doing. Sometimes, believe you me, we don't. And sometimes it is about just laying it out. Think of it like a pattern for a dress. Sometimes you've got to lay the pattern out and have a good look. Same with this barrow. All I'm doing is curving this just to get that little bit of shape on there as well. And then we're going to start aligning these to the front of my card. So I'm going to put the first one down first, and I am going to have it over the edge. Don't mind about that. I'm quite happy. As long as the bottom just fits, so when the card stands up, it will stand level. A little bit more on this piece. And then I'm going to tuck this bit in the inside here. So that's going to sit like that. So already it's a little bit quirky, which I like. And because we've got all that, we are going to have to dress this side, as I was talking to you about that earlier. Now, I have got my grasses. I've got my flowers. You'll see with the flowers, yes, they've got a long stem, but I've just cut the top bit off one piece because I just wanted a shorter version, which again works so, so well with these. Now, again, I've got my grasses, but with this, what I'm going to do is just dress either side of that so it looks a little bit more wild. But then I've got the gap in the middle. This is where these pieces come in, and this is what joins the expanse. Can you see? So now that looks like one. So again, it's about, you know, manipulating the pieces a little bit, having a little look to see. Don't always think, oh, you know, I have to always use it as it is. This bit, again, I've just cut that and made it work for me. I am a bit naughty like that sometimes, but, you know, you just have to make it work for you. And I want you to get so much inspiration from this that you can see it just looks. Now, without it, yeah, it looks all right, but look when this piece is in. Can you see then how it just tidies it up? Makes your cards look more professional. And that's what Nick and the team do so well at Carnation Crafts. They put everything in there to give you that vision. It will hold your hand to get you started, but then you've got free reign, and that is where your inspiration will come in and the versatility of all of these. So you can see I've got those there. I've not stuck the top bit down because then I want to add in some of my little flowers, and this is why I've not stuck all this down, because I will do a layer in, a layer out, so it like blends in behind it. So there's a little bit of grasses in front of it as well. So little things like that. Don't stick everything down flat. Have a little go. Give it dimension, give it shape. And dimension shape isn't always about adding foam pads. Sometimes it's about like this, threading it through the different layers, in and out the other bits, to give you that illusion and that look of dimension as well. Can you see? So now there, you like welded in between the grasses. It's not just one layer on top of another layer. We've welded it in between, so the flowers actually look like they're growing out of that. Same on this side. We're just going to add a few, because if I put that on there now, it will look staged. We need to just add a little bit welded in there behind there too. So let's put this in, and again, lift the bits up, don't glue it all down, and then I can lift pieces up and out like that, slot this in, and this again will sit on this side. It just tells a bit more of a story. It gives you that little bit more inspiration, and it just makes you think, do you know what, I'm going to try that next time, and do so like that. I've fastened that down. I've left that one a bit wild. The grass is actually bowing a little bit, which I like, because again, it's been tucked in between. Then I've got my little pails and my buckets, because obviously we've got all this going on here, this side. I felt it needed a little bit of something this side. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm snipping this little bit off, but that's just me, but it won't hurt. And then what we're going to do is I want another one this side and then one this side. So we are building up the bottom bit, can you see? So this really looks like an old house, or, you know, an old place that's been left on its own, and you know, the little buckets have been left outside. So again, it's telling that story, and that's what it's about. So adding these extra factors in now. I've got my little birds. We're going to add a few little birds in there as well, and these are just going to be like sat on the top of these, and they're all having a little chat. They're all getting together. Another one that is just going to sit just here on the grass. So he's just down there having a look around, looking for his little worms for dinner. He's quite happy. And then what I'm going to do is just put a higher one just up here, sat on the top of there as well. But you can see now we're starting to move up, because we've got such a lot at the bottom. It just needs moving up a little bit. So that little bird's just perched on the edge of there on that little water faucet. I don't know why I say water faucet. I've gone all American, haven't I? I do apologise. So now I'm going to take these. This side here is very plain for me. So again, I'm going to take some of these flowers and we're going to like trail these into here to give it that little bit of a point of difference here. And you can see just by working these in, these are going to sit on that alignment there. So just glue those down. Might need a little bit more glue. These are going to sit onto there. But thank you everybody for being with me today. It's fabulous. And like I say, Carla will be back soon. But it's just nice to know that you're with us here as well, watching and letting us know what you think of the collections, as always, which is so key here at Carnation Crafts. Me and Miss Tasman have had a fabulous couple of days with Mr. Dave as well. Well, you know, Mr. Dave as well. So it has been fabulous. And just adding this in here, so you can see how it's trailing down now. Again, it's filling a space, but it's also giving us that little bit of detail. So because I want to join it all up, it's about joining the dots a little bit. And this now, you can see now that's coming down, still a little bit plain, needs a little bit of dimension, a little bit of shape. So what I'm going to do is take my little daisies again with this, take your board tools and just press in the middle. This will just bring these daisies up rather than them being flat. And that will work. All the ball tools are available on the website as well, so you can see those on there, and that will then just give you that versatility, as always with all the products from Carnation Crafts, to do that. So a little bit of glue on there now, but these are raised up, these are stood up now, and I can filter these either side like that. So hopefully again you can see how we've started to fill a space. Everything now joins all the way around, and that there is another card made with your Wild Haven collection. Now look at that, how lovely is that? It tells a story, you've got that detail on there, but if you're sat there thinking, oh, it's the last show, what shall I do? You need that bit more inspiration. Take a look at this. There you go. That is your Wild Haven collections. The samples are incredible as always, and it just shows how you can change the styles. We had some samples yesterday showing you they've been mixed in with the Clean and Simple collection. So if you've got any of those, this again will add to the portfolio that you are building of the Carnation Crafts die collections. And this one is, you know, you can use it on its own. You might be brand new here. This is going to give you everything you need in the kit. You've got the main frame, which will obviously be card blank base. Then you've got the embellishments. You've got the floral elements in there and more. But with this, honestly, you can make hundreds and hundreds of different styles of cards. Each and every one would be different because of the way the kit is put together and so versatile. £114.99 if you're wanting to get the show price today. Item number is 240705. Scan the QR code or pop over to carnationcrafts.co.uk. Download your free vignettes, which are the pre-coloured images that you see us all using and on the cards. But make sure when you do download those and you print them out, use your ProPrint paper to get that quality. And the same, this is why you'll notice with all the card samples we've got here, all the images are all the same colour. If you use a lesser quality paper, you will also find you won't get that quality print on there. And sometimes you look at it and think, well, why aren't the colours the same as the others? So if you're wanting to get that, 240705. But as an extra, we have also got the Nuts About You. Now this is a lovely collection again, use it on its own, but if you mix this with the other collection I've just shown you, this will just enhance it and make it go even further. And this works so well with the little squirrels, with the birdhouse and everything else in your collection. 240711, £29.99 if you are wanting to get that one. And you'll also find any orders over £25 that you purchase within July, you will get with each order, you'll get one free die worth £4.99, which is fabulous. Also remember as well, if you're wanting to get different colourways, we have got a special deal on at the moment. If I think it runs to the end of the launch.
It will run in conjunction with when launch price goes up, which I believe is Friday at midnight.
Friday. But if you're wanting to get the additional print offs, the vignettes in the different colourways, it's just £4, which again could give you then a different scope for a different colourways for you to be able to use. So that's everything on there. But let's show you what you can do with this. Look at this. This is using the 2 die sets that I've just shown you. So this is using the main one, the Wild Haven, and the Nuts About You. You can see how well these do work together. You can make different styles of cards. You can do different things with each and every one of these that is really going to spark your imagination. These are some that we made this morning just to show you something a little bit different as well, that you can see there. You really can, and that's the one that we've literally just made. They all look so different. The colorways are so different as well, but you can see you can add in your own personality with these, your own hint of color, your gems, your ribbons if you want to, but because you've got everything in that, you can see these cards don't need ribbons, they don't need bows, they don't need lots of other things. You have got it all in here. Look at these. If you're wondering where the sentiments from, these are downloadable from the website as well, and the Nuts About You frames will fit perfectly with those. But look at this, look how different these cards are. You really have got a different style with these. Add a little bit of your glaze on there, but you can see with the glaze it just gives it that sparkly water look on there too. But again, thinking of you cards, we all hate making them, but there is a time when you have to make them. Why not have a collection like this that you can pull from that really would give you that inspiration? Look at this, look how versatile. That would look beautiful as a hanging piece on a wall or in a house as well. But that is your Wild Haven collection, 240705 if you're wanting to get that kit today. But remember, this is your last live hour with this one. What we're going to do now is another little demonstration, and like I say, this could be the one with the bits missing, so it could be a bit of a game changer, this one, Miss Tasmin. We shall see. Right, so the thing was, I was already gluing bits to show you what you can do with this collection, so let's just pray to the craft gods that all my little bits are still here in the bag, because like I say, it fell everywhere. Yes, Miss Tasmin?
Oh, can I just say, so Yvonne has just messaged saying, sorry, I was busy looking at my dies which have already been delivered.
Oh, wow.
And I love the extra die that you have given us as a bonus.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, well done. I'm so glad. She's already got hers. That's great. We like that. So, let's show you what we've got. I've got a spare rubber band. I don't know where I got that from. Now, with the trellis, me being me, you know, can't help myself. Now, the trellis normally comes like so. You've seen this on the boards. That's what the trellis normally looks like, okay? But me being me, I thought, I want to make it wider, I want to make it longer. But how it's been designed is incredible. So you can do that. So what I did was take the pieces and just glue them together. But then I realised I wanted it to go behind my frame from Nuts About You. It wasn't quite long enough. So I thought, right, what we will do is I'll glue these little bits onto here and we'll extend it down, and I can make it even longer. I can do if I got my piece. But right, do you know what? This is what I was saying to you. I've lost a little piece, but I can hide that. You're not going to see that. But if I show you how to do this, then you'll know at home. So you can take your pieces. You can make one long piece with this. If you take your glue and just align your pieces and have a little look at it and just work out where, you know, the next pieces need to go. You can see you can put it straight over the top, and that will then just work with that one to actually put these pieces together. You see? So you can add those onto this. So I'm just going to glue these little bits over here. And like I say, you won't see the other bits, so don't worry. I can hide that bit. But that's all I've done. You can make this as long or as wide as you want to, and it really will give you a different perspective with your cards. And I love doing things like this because it does give you that versatility to change it. And that is the word with all the Carnations kit, versatility. And you just got to have a place sometimes. And like with me, I cut these out in a cardstock that I wasn't too worried about because I wanted to have a go to see if I could match it up. And I thought, oh, I like that idea. So let your inspiration just go. Okay, so I've done that to show you you can elongate it. You would normally have the other pieces, but like I say, we had an incident. Well, I had an incident and I dropped them. And obviously I can't find them now. But you're not going to see that in a minute. So there's always, you know, there's always a rescue. We've always got a rescue. Wheeler's always got one of them. We have got a life jacket always with us, so we can do that. So a little bit more glue. Now, like I say, the centre pops out easy. It is only held in with pips, but if you wanted to, you could actually die cut it out as well, because you've got your die that will give you that piece as well. Now I'm just putting this around the edges because I just need it to catch on there, and then we're going to leave this bit to dry. Okay, so again, just popping this around the edge. I'm then going to take this bit, because then I can snip any of the overhang bits off and we can add that too. So they're just going to sit just there like so, and you can see this just stretches across here. Like I say, ignore that bit because, like I say, I've lost a piece, but it's fine. It's not life or death. We'll be fine. So just taking that off, you can see then that sits lovely under there. I just need to snip these little bits off just here and cut it down, but it looks then like a full trellis. You imagine if I did it all, it would look like that beautiful piece. I did say to Tasmin when I said, oh, I've got this idea, I want to do this, I'll start gluing a bit, and it was like, no, leave that, we'll show them how to do it. And then obviously I dropped it. But you can see that will all just sit there. That glues in beautifully in there, and that's going to sit in there like so. Can you see? So that really looks magical. It could be like a door, you could use it like a window frame, whatever you want to do with that. So let's let that dry just there. Now let's do the card blank, the base, and get this one up and running. Now again, I've cut 2 of the other mats and layers, the largest ones, and I've put about, I would say about 1/2 inch just score line just across there. This is going to be my hinge on here to give you that little bit of detail onto there. Now with this, I am going to make sure then I've got that detail there too. So just adding that on. That's my little card blank, and we're turning it, sorry, I've just got glue on it, turning it this way now rather than that way, but it's however you want it to look. Now again, I've got my different mats and layers here. I've got my green with the tiny spots on from my Perfect Papers. They're going to go there. And this is then going to sit over the top. Then my extra piece that we're letting dry is going to go over there. Can you see? So again, it gives it a really, really glorious look. Now, if I didn't want to use that piece, I could just take this one and put that bit over there, over the green. But I wanted a little green layer underneath, so that's why I've done what I've done. But you do you, as we say, you do you, boo, and you can change it and make it whatever you want. But no, it's been fabulous being here at Carnation for the last few days with you all as well. So I have to say, I've had lots of fun, and the team have been amazing as always. So thank you to the team for having me. Hope it's not been too challenging. But as you can see, the versatility of these kits. Poor Miss Tasman, she's nearly pulling her hair out with me today.
I'm grey now.
She's grey now, she says. She's not really. Now, adding this in, you can see there, we've got that detail. I'm loving that. Now, let's put this on. And like I say, I'm not worried because we are going to hide that little bit on there. I've got that little bit of green just on the outside. So that's going to give me that little edge on there as well, so it's not just one colour. I've got lots of different colours, so I'm just putting my little blobs of glue around the edge just to make this work, and this is going to give you that real elevated beautiful look on there. So adding this in, but again, you could put that acetate behind that. You could use it to then make like a shaker card if you wanted to, but like I say, I am not worried about this bit at all. Even though we've lost a bit, it will be fine. So what I'm going to do is now start taking my extra pieces on here as well. So again, I've got my little mound in here with the soil. We're going to put that underneath to make it look like it's on a branch. I know it's a mound of soil, but you can imagine when it's like that, it looks like it could be on a little branch. So we are going to put this in this corner. That's why I wasn't worried. Can you see? We're starting to dress that up. So worry not, anybody. So take this out. And we're going to pop this onto the front, give it a little bit of a curve, using my pin flake glue, but you could use your foam pads if you've got your foam pads at home. You know, more than likely you can use all of those. Taking my nest, and we're just going to, I'm going to curve the centre but flatten the edges, okay? So that will then give it a slightly different shape on the front of my card. Can you see? So it waves a little bit. And then I'm just going to glue it in certain areas so you can see it's got movement in it. And that's what it's about, because I think you get to a point with your cards, you make cards and you think, something's just ajar. that's what it can be. You can see, so that's give that grounding. Could be on a little branch. That's sat there really beautiful. Then what I'm going to do next is take the extra pieces that I said to you before. You can use this as grounding. I just felt it needed grounding a little bit more. So we're going to add these to the front and stem these right across the front. I've got 2 pieces. We're going to join these and add this onto the front of there. So let's just add that on. That's going to give me that little bit of detail there. And then I'm just going to carry on this piece. And can you see again, it's about layering. Think of it a little bit like when you're getting dressed. You know, you put obviously your underwear, then you put your clothes on, you've got your jewellery, you've got your coat or your cardigan, depending on what the weather is, and you're layering all those fabulous layers to give you that look, to give you that finished, polished look. The versatility with these are going to give you that too. You can see already it's coming to life. It looks like the detail that we want. Now, again, I've got some of the little pails or buckets, whatever you want to call them. I've got these as well. Now, what I am going to do with these is just pop these on like this and just have a look where I want to position them. Again, don't commit to the stick, as always. But you can see I'm doing handle one way, handle the other way, and then that one there. So can you see again, we are filling out the card. So this then will give you, otherwise you can end up with everything one side and then you think it's very plain. If you wanted to, you could just do like the birds in the nest, like that. You could do a sentiment there. That could be your card done. But again, it's about dressing the card. So we're going to build these up as well. So just add in my first one there. Again, give it, using a wet glue, I can give it the wiggle room that I need, and I can position this and just move this up and down as I feel fit. Feel fit? Feel fit. What's the word I'm looking for?
See fit.
See fit. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thanks, Tasman. You can see you can use those on there. Then I've got my mummy bird, shall we call her. She's going to sit in the little nest at an angle. Again, don't always just put them in straight. Put it in at a little angle so she looks like she's looking up at a nest saying, where are my babies? So we've got all of those. I'm going to take a little bit of the glue. Are you laughing at me, Miss Tasman?
Where are my babies?
Where's my babies? So there you go. I used to say that to my 2 when they were little. Where's my babies? And they used to come running in. People, you have little names for your kids. Now, this one, again, have a few of the flowers just poking out. Don't always have to. If you want to, you can take a craft knife and you can actually put a few little tiny bits, you know, like to look like it's in the pail. But this just really works. I love this. So with this, I'm just going to put a few, again, leaving some leaves out, poking some bits in, and making this real jointed. So now I'm joining the expanse between the 2 so it doesn't look like it, because you can make your cards and they look like 2 different cards and you're like, why doesn't it join? Just by adding a few little bits like this that join across to join the other bit up. That's what I've been trying to teach all day. It gives you that extra little pieces in there to think, right, yep, I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing, and it will all then start to line up a little bit more. A few more just in here. Again, just giving that little bit this side, that little bit of an image, and that will work on there too. I've got some daisies. I do feel it needs a bit of a flower effect over here as well, so we're going to add a few of the daisies on there and just poke a few of those out the top, like so. I've got the foliage and the little birds, and like I say, my little birds are going to be over here because their mummy is looking for them, like, what are you 2 up to? So again, tells a story. It gives you that beautiful look on there. This little one's going to sit there. This little one is going to sit there. Just need a few more flowers to, again, finish it off. But you can see these two have gone rogue. That's what they're doing. They've been a bit naughty, I can tell. So this one, a little bit more glue. I've got one of the little purple flowers. I'm just going to pop this in here so it ties the colours. So it looks like, you know, she's took a few flowers home. And I'm just going to add in a few of these bits in here. But you can see how fab this is all coming together. A little bit more glue in there. And then I can add, because I do feel now the only bit we're worried about is probably this bit here. So to me, it just needs a little flower in this corner. Can you see how it balances that bit out now? So we're working on that. And then I've got some of these little green leaves, a little bit of foliage. We're going to add this into here, bring these in, and this again will fill a gap and it will just make it join in there. I'm bending the little bits of foliage up as well, just to give it that little bit more detail. And hopefully you'll like that one. So when I turn this round and you have a little look, if we tilt it to the side slightly, can you see? You've got dimension, you've got shape on there. The card isn't flat, but it gives you like an elongated look. It looks like the mum's going, where have they gone? Come on, come home. Remember, where are my babies? But now they're just sat there watching the mum like, we can see you, we know we're being good. But look how we've changed the style of that trellis as well. We've elongated it, but we've used the Nuts About You collection with the Wild Haven collection too. So it's mixing and matching across the stance of them both. But if you want to make beautiful cards like this, then you are going to need the Wild Haven collection. It's such a beautiful collection with those as well, and you can see how fabulous that now is going to take your world of card making, because you've got everything in it. And that is why we have been so busy for this collection. Now I thought we'd get straight into another demo. Let's do that, shall we? So again, I've got all my little bits ready. Let's have a little look at this. And again, using little bits from the Nuts About You and little bits. Let's move these. I've got a lot going on here now. I do apologise. I've got a lot of cards. Let's do that. But honestly, Miss Tasman has had to pull me away from this because I've just wanted to keep making cards. And she was like, come on, Wheeler, stop now. You've made enough. But I like to show you lots of cards. So let's bring this one in. So a little bit of glue. I've cut out the two bases as always. Put a little score line in the bottom bit there, and this now is going to join up there like so. Got that extra bit there. I'm just going to trim that off there. There we go. So I'm happy with that. That is my base card. You can make lots of these up, like say a couple of days before, and then cut your other layers and have like I've got bits ready to go. So you could think, right, I'll start, because sometimes, you know, when I'm prepping, what I'll do is I'll start doing this and then I'll think, oh, but that would work with that. So then I pick up another card base, leave that one as like, that's my next card. And then I use my inspiration then on a different one. But yeah, it's incredible really with these collections, how you can make it all work for you. Now with this one, I am using the lovely flowers. Again, you can see I've just cut them at an angle because again, to work with my card. But what I've also done is I've cut that bit there. Can you see? Because for me, it just tucks in a little bit easier behind. So I wanted it to look like it's actually growing from behind the card. So that was my thought process with this one. So again, giving you that ideas that you can change this however you want. So a little bit overzealous with the glue again, Wheeler. Calm down. So I'm just using a little bit of the glue onto there. I'm going to leave that a second or two because I just need to put this out. Now this is from Your Perfect Papers. This one, it's got like a very fine stripe in it. It's quite difficult to see in my hands, but you will see on here it's got the finest little teeniest tiniest stripe. We're trying to show you. Can we show you? She's on it, she's on it. Hang on, shall I turn? I don't. There you go. It's got the tiniest fine stripe in it, but it just enhances it, believe you me. You'll be able to see it better by the naked eye. Obviously, lights and everything in here, you know, we try as best. But you can see a little bit of matting and layering on there. We're going to use the glue.
I've got it.
On there. Have you got it? There. Fabulous. Thank you, Miss Tasman. She's amazing. She is very amazing. So you can see tiny stripes, tiny spots, but to the naked eye, you wouldn't, straight away, it wouldn't jump out at you. You've got that tiny detail in there. So now I'm just adding that layer that we've just glued. And I'm adding this on to here like so. But look at that already. And I love the cream tones in it. I do think it's giving it a real fabulous look with this as well. Now with my ladder, again, I wanted something to give it a little bit more. Because I've got offset there, I wanted a little bit offset here as well. But if I did it at that angle, it kind of looks the wrong shape for me. So we're going to put it at straight up. Okay, so again, it's looking at things on different angles. Don't always just give up on your first try and think, well, that don't look right. I'm not doing that. Just think about doing it different ways. I showed you before that you can use this as a trellis on the side of your card as well. You can tuck that in. You can make that work for you. But just a little bit of glue on the edges. This is then going to sit, like I say, on that edge there. Can you see? So again, it looks a little bit different, and it just shows you how easy you can just take your time and put your cards together. Honestly, I cannot wait to see what you all do with these because they are absolutely fabulous. And I know, you know, how busy we've been and how many people are like so excited that theirs have literally come through the door today. So yes, Miss Tasmin.
Karen's just said hers has arrived.
Yay. Oh, very excited. Oh, well done, Karen. You're going to love it. Believe you me, you are going to love it. I've gone a bit overzealous with the glue again. I don't know. Now, let's add this on to here. And again, that's just going to layer that up with those doors on there. And you can see you've got structure. We've got that bit of balance. I've also got my little squirrel. Okay, so my little squirrel again is going to sit on the front of the card. I'm just going to bend his tail a little bit and bend his body so he's a little bit more curved. He's ready to pounce, this one. He's ready to pounce. Now, I took the soil that obviously is the little mound, but I've cut a little wiggly line because I didn't want it quite as deep, because I just wanted it so it looks like he's outside the front of the house, he's burying his little nuts. Okay, so that was my thought with that one. So let's put this a little bit of glue onto here. But it really is such an easy kit to work with, and like I say, I made so many different cards. I've just had a great time with this. You know me, it's got to be able to do a lot of things, and these kits always really do. They're so versatile. So adding that on there. Now I've got my lantern. Okay, now this is a normal, you know, which should go on the stand, but I thought we would make it look like a coach light on the front of the house. So now we're going to add this. I'm going to put one layer down first with a tiny bit of pin flare glue, and then I'm going to curve my second layer. Look at that, how regal, it makes him look like he's proper fancy. Then with this one, I'm going to then just curve the edge of this one, and we're going to bring this on to here. Like I say, if you want to use your syringes with your glues, you do that, but I personally, I cannot get on with a syringe. I end up with it on my fingers, I end up with it everywhere. This is the best way I find to use it. If I'm using a small bit, I will use the applicator and just use it like that and do that. You'll see me do that as well, but it is very easy to use. I use different glues for different things on different projects. So again, it's horses for courses. You decide, but always don't just stick to one glue. You are going to need different glues for different things. Now I've got the grasses. We're going to use this on the front as well, and again I've got two pieces. I don't mind if it overhangs slightly, and I don't mind that the little squirrel is behind the grass because he's kind of hiding. You don't want everybody to know what he's up to. So again, adding a little bit of this onto here. We're going to layer that up, and he's just going to be poking out, hiding behind there. Okay, so that sits beautifully on there. Then I've got a few extra bits, and with this as well, I just wanted to add little bits in on the side, which normally you wouldn't think, well, what does that bit do? But these little bits on here are just going to stop the edges looking so sharp. Can you see? It just gives you that little bit of, oh, what's that? It's a different feel. Then I've got my little birds. Again, these little birds have gone rogue. So I'm going to have one sat just there on the ladder, and I'm going to have the other one sat higher up on the ladder. So they're on there. So again, it's tying now the top in with that, with the bottom. Can you see? So again, I'm going to have my little bird. He's perched up there. He's happy. Then I've got a few of the little flowers. These are going to go in behind because this bit is quite forward, shall we say, which I like so. And then we're just going to put a couple of little flowers in just to sit there, just to join that gap. And that will add those into there as well. So just adding this in, moving through this one. But honestly, such a lovely, precious kit. Then it just feels it needs a little gap the other side. So let's go back in here. But with these, you cannot go wrong. You cut all out your bits like I've got, have little bits sat ready to go, and you really are going to have a whale of a time. You'll be in your craft room for hours, and then they'll be like, are we having tea tonight? And they'll come and find you and say, come on, because that's what happens to me. Do you know what I mean? So do take your time and enjoy this all the way. Now hopefully you can see it's a beautiful card again. I've got a little bit of glue on my squirrel, but it'll dry clear, it doesn't matter. Now with this one, yeah, don't get glue on squirrels, it's not nice. Please don't do that. Now you can see there, again, we've got the shape of that one. We've got all that detail. That ladder now, which looked quite random and odd, blends in. We've used the coach light on there as well. But anybody who's a keen gardener, anybody who loves animals, wildlife, things like that, my mum would love this. My sister would love this. It's something that you could give to absolutely anybody. Even my dad would love this as well. So again, it gives you that beautiful look for you to have on there. So let's show you some final examples so you can have a little look and finally make up your mind if this is for you. Now you can see there again, this is using a collaboration of both of the die kits that we've got for you as well. So we've got those on there. Then again, look at this. This is what I said to you about the ladder. I've used it as a trellis on the side of my card. We've glued that on the inside of the card. So that looks like trellis, not like a ladder. Then you have got your fabulous birdhouse again, and adding in those flowers just adds that touch of elegance. But you might just want the smaller birdhouse. If you are getting the Nuts About You collection, you can see using it as a card blank in so many different ways is going to be incredible. But using the main collection, Wild Haven collection, this is going to be your winner. This is going to be the one that are going to stand out because you can make and sell with these. And look how precious they are. We've got the little presents that we put on yesterday and we use those. You've got the little pails, the buckets on there. The bird family is just to die for. Look how stunning that is. But with these, you're getting the different sizes in the flowers as well. There are sentiments that are available. If you get this set, you can download the sentiments to go with it. Use it as an actual card blank to give you that precise detail on your cards. Use the little ladder that comes with it. And you can see with this, adding in as much detail as we can now to give you that fabulous feel. I hope this has helped you make up your mind, because like I say, this is the last live hour for you as well. And Miss Tasmin, when will this collection be up next?
So we will be back with Hobby Maker at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Thursday.
There you go.
And then you're back with us next Tuesday with another Crafters Select.
I am. So Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. It's one show, but fabulous. If you like your little mice characters, I think you're going to like this, and it's for all different age groups. So make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. I want to say a massive thank you to Carnation team, to Miss Tasmin as well, who's been with me today, and thank you to everybody out there as well. And I will